I can remember traveling to California. My dad would put his uniform, his military uniform, he would hang it in the back window. And I'd say, Dad, why do you hang your uniform in the back window? And he'd tell me, because if we get stopped by the police would know he was a serviceman, and maybe they would offer him some courtesy.
When we did travel with a group, of guys in the Navy, then there were no problems. Much different. Disappointing in a sense was that we had to go through those experiences, even though I was, in the Navy and had been in several years by that time.
My father was a Korean War veteran, soon to be, that before Vietnam, so he was a soon to be Vietnam veteran. He was a military man, heart and soul. And he gave his whole heart and soul to this country, but he had to do things like that just to be somewhat deemed as an equal or some less than an equal. I thought it was really unfair that he would have to do that. By being a military kid and my father being in the military, we traveled in and out of segregation. I can remember I started school in Alameda, California. Of course, there was no segregation in 1955 in Alameda, California. When my mother had my next brother, she went back home to Columbus, Georgia. Well, guess what? I'm in a segregated school. What happened to all my white friends? They just all disappeared.
It was awfully frustrating, especially, a young sailor, Navy guy with a wife and young children. When I go back to the Navy base, everything was fine, just a completely different world. So yeah, very frustrating.